The Social Security Administration has announced a significant change that will bring much-needed relief to millions of Americans who depend on monthly benefits. Beginning this week, beneficiaries across the country will see a noticeable increase in their payments, a move that reflects the administration's latest cost of living adjustment, commonly known as the COLA. This adjustment is designed to counteract the ongoing effects of inflation, ensuring that retirees, disabled workers, and survivors can maintain their purchasing power in an economy that continues to evolve. Officials confirmed that the new payment schedule will begin rolling out immediately, with recipients receiving the increased amount according to their established payment dates. For many seniors who rely heavily on Social Security as their primary source of income, this development offers a much-needed boost amid rising prices for groceries, housing, and healthcare. The adjustment comes after months of analysis by federal economists and financial experts who closely monitor national economic trends, consumer price indexes, and wage data. Each year, the COLA is calculated based on changes in the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers, CPIW. This index measures the average change over time in the prices paid by urban consumers for a wide basket of goods and services. When inflation rises, the COLA ensures that benefits do not lag behind, preserving the value of payments. The 2025 increase, set at one of the highest levels in recent years, is expected to make a tangible difference for millions of Americans facing financial strain. Early estimates suggest that the average retiree will see an increase of more than $50 per month, depending on their individual benefit amount and living situation. In a statement, the Social Security Administration emphasized that this adjustment underscores the government's commitment to protecting older Americans from economic volatility. "We understand that every dollar matters to our beneficiaries," said a spokesperson. "This year's increase reflects our ongoing effort to align benefits with the realities of today's cost of living." Alongside the benefit boost, the administration has also announced streamlined procedures to ensure timely payments, particularly for those receiving benefits via direct deposit. Recipients can expect their first adjusted payment to arrive this week if their scheduled date falls within the first distribution cycle. Paper check recipients may experience a slight delay due to processing times, but all payments will reflect the new rate. For many households, this increase will go toward essential living expenses that have become increasingly burdensome. Grocery prices, healthcare premiums, utility bills, and rent have all seen notable jumps over the past year, forcing retirees to stretch their fixed incomes further than ever before. The COLA aims to ease some of that pressure, providing beneficiaries with a financial cushion during a period of continued economic uncertainty. Financial advisors urge recipients to plan carefully, suggesting that the extra funds be allocated toward critical expenses or savings rather than discretionary spending. "This isn't just a windfall, it's an adjustment meant to keep pace with inflation," said one retirement planning expert. Beneficiaries should think strategically about how to use these additional dollars to improve long-term stability. The announcement also carries political significance as lawmakers continue to debate the future of Social Security funding. With the trust fund projected to face shortfalls in the coming decades, discussions about sustainability have intensified. Yet officials stress that the current system remains fully capable of supporting beneficiaries for the foreseeable future. The latest COLA serves as both a financial lifeline and a reminder of the program's enduring importance in American life. Since its inception in 1935, Social Security has been a cornerstone of the nation's social safety net, lifting millions of seniors and disabled individuals out of poverty. Each adjustment not only reflects economic data, but also symbolizes a broader national commitment to care for those who have spent their lives contributing to the workforce. This week's rollout is being closely monitored to ensure that all eligible individuals receive their correct payments without delay. The Social Security Administration has enhanced its digital systems and automated verification tools to minimize processing errors and fraud. Beneficiaries are encouraged to log into their online accounts to verify their updated payment information and review new statements reflecting the increase. The administration has also expanded its call center and support staff to handle the expected surge in inquiries. Officials remind the public that all adjustments are calculated automatically. No additional action or reapplication is required to receive the higher amount. Economists have noted that while the increase offers relief, It also underscores the broader challenges facing retirees in today's financial landscape. Even with the adjustment, many older Americans continue to grapple with the rising costs of medical care, long-term housing, and daily necessities. Experts argue that while the COLA is vital, it cannot fully offset the pressures of sustained inflation or structural economic inequality. However, the immediate impact is undeniable. Millions will have a bit more breathing room each month. The increase also has ripple effects on the broader economy, as higher benefits translate into more consumer spending, particularly in sectors like retail, healthcare, and local services that cater to seniors. In towns and cities across the nation, the news has sparked a wave of cautious optimism. Many retirees express gratitude that the government has recognized their struggles, though some remain concerned about whether the boost will be enough. It helps, but everything is more expensive now, said one retired teacher from Ohio. Groceries, gas, property taxes, it all adds up. But every little bit helps others view the adjustment as a reaffirmation of the system's purpose, to provide a stable, dignified income for those who built the country through decades of work. As payments begin to land in accounts this week, the sense of relief is palpable. For millions of Americans living on fixed incomes, the Social Security benefit increase represents not just a numerical adjustment, but a small measure of hope in challenging economic times. As the new payments make their way into bank accounts nationwide, analysts are already examining the potential long-term effects of the latest Social Security increase on both the economy and household financial stability. The timing of this adjustment is crucial, coming at a moment when many Americans are facing persistent economic pressures. Inflation, while cooling slightly compared to previous years, continues to weigh heavily on retirees and low-income families. The Social Security Administration's decision to implement a larger than usual cost of living increase is being praised by advocates for the elderly, who have long argued that the current benefit structure has struggled to keep pace with modern living costs. For many, this week's increase represents more than just a bump in income. It's a recognition of the growing economic challenges that older citizens face daily. Economists note that this adjustment will inject billions of dollars into the economy over the next year, as retirees and disabled beneficiaries spend their additional income on basic necessities. This infusion of cash could provide a modest boost to local businesses and service industries that depend heavily on older consumers. Still, some financial experts caution that this short-term boost may also contribute to lingering inflationary pressures. The delicate balance between protecting purchasing power and avoiding further inflation remains one of the most complex challenges for federal policymakers. Yet, the consensus among social policy advocates is clear. Without the cost of living adjustment, millions would fall deeper into financial distress, especially as healthcare and housing costs continue to outpace general inflation. Beyond the financial implications, the new payment schedule also underscores the administration's ongoing modernization efforts. In recent years, the Social Security Administration has invested heavily in digital infrastructure to simplify the management of benefits, reduce fraud, and streamline communication with beneficiaries. This year's rollout showcases those improvements in action. Most recipients now access their benefits through direct deposit, and the agency's online portal allows individuals to monitor changes instantly. For those still reliant on paper checks, efforts are underway to encourage transitions to digital payment methods, which are faster, safer, and less susceptible to delays or theft. The modernization of the Social Security system is not merely a convenience. It represents a necessary step toward ensuring the sustainability and security of benefits for future generations. Meanwhile, policy debates continue in Washington about the future of Social Security funding. While the current trust fund remains stable, projections indicate potential shortfalls in the next decade if reforms are not enacted. Lawmakers are divided on potential solutions. Some propose raising payroll taxes or adjusting income caps, while others advocate for partial privatization or changes to eligibility age. The recent increase in benefits has reignited these discussions, as critics argue that expanding payments without structural reform could strain the system in the long run. Supporters counter that protecting beneficiaries in the present must remain the top priority, especially as millions rely solely on these monthly checks to survive. The debate reflects a larger philosophical question about America's commitment to its aging population, whether the system should prioritize immediate relief or long-term solvency. For now, the focus remains on the positive impact the increase will have on everyday lives. Stories are emerging across the country of seniors using the additional funds to cover overdue medical bills, purchase essential medications, or finally afford healthier groceries. Advocacy groups are encouraging beneficiaries to review their budgets carefully, using the increased income to address the most urgent needs first. Some nonprofit organizations and community centers are even hosting workshops to help seniors better understand how to maximize their benefits, avoid scams, and navigate other government programs that may complement Social Security income. In this way, the benefit increase is also serving as an educational opportunity, reminding beneficiaries of the importance of financial literacy and resource awareness in later life. Despite the optimism surrounding the increase, many recipients acknowledge that the added income, while welcome, may not go far enough to solve broader economic hardships. Rising rent, escalating insurance premiums, and increasing energy costs continue to erode household budgets. Some retirees express frustration that even with the adjustment, they still struggle to make ends meet. "It's good to see the check go up, but everything else keeps going up too," said a 72-year-old retiree from Arizona. "It feels like we're always playing catch-up." Such sentiments highlight a persistent challenge that Social Security, while vital, cannot single-handedly protect retirees from the full impact of a volatile economy. Nonetheless, the increase marks a meaningful step forward, proof that the system still responds to the realities faced by the people it serves. As payments continue to roll out, attention will soon turn to next year's adjustment and what future inflation data may bring. Experts predict that the coming years could see more moderate increases if inflation continues to cool, though unexpected global or domestic economic shifts could alter that trajectory. For now, the 2025 benefit boost stands as a reflection of resilience, both institutional and individual. It demonstrates the adaptability of a program conceived nearly a century ago to meet the challenges of a vastly different era. Today, Social Security remains not just a policy, but a promise, a lifeline that has endured through wars, recessions, and political upheavals. The latest increase reaffirms that promise, reminding Americans that even in uncertain times, the nation's commitment to its most vulnerable citizens endures. In communities large and small, the impact of the change will ripple quietly but powerfully. Every additional dollar received translates to greater independence, security, and dignity for millions of people who have contributed a lifetime to the workforce. As the checks are deposited and statements updated, the message is clear. Social Security is more than a benefit. It's a bond between generations, a safeguard of trust that ensures no one is left behind in the face of economic change. This week's increase is both a recognition of that enduring bond and a step toward a more secure future for all who depend on it.